We've got Lambo versus Fancy. This was probably one of the better games of the MCS Kickoff Challenge. And I'm actually really thankful for Stream B, the B stream. And this is actually being streamed by the B stream in the MCS broadcast. We're actually going to be able to watch the entirety of this ball game. We're even getting to watch substitutions. And again, for somebody that loves Madden, loves ball, you want to be able to see all of these little things that the best players in the world do to put themselves in the best position to win the game. And Fancy is going to be the Cowboys. Lambo is going to be the Ravens. The biggest thing coming into this this event is Fancy is coming off of the best Madden season we've ever seen. Pretty much the best Madden season we've ever seen, pretty much hands down. And on the heels of the switch stick mechanic being added into the game, Lambo is also doing something really unique, which I'm really excited to break down. And that is that, as you can see here, he is going to be in this doubles flex off close, which you really haven't seen that a lot this year. This was one of the top offenses last year, and we're going to see how he's running that. Also, real quick, couple things. We actually get to see defense. We don't often get to see the actual adjustments on defense, so I wanted to back this up and kind of break this down. I think Fancy still, and we're going to get into this as we go through this video, but I think Fancy is still probably at least a top 3 defensive player in the world due to switch stick and how good he really is at it. And so we're going to be talking about that as we kind of go through this. A couple things I did want to just show real quick is you're seeing here that he is in the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive playbook, I believe. And a couple things here, he's going to have his safety depth on close, his safety width on pinch. This is a very meta way to set up these settings. Also, zone drops, he's not going to set them, at least right now, which is kind of a big deal. Most people are playing with their hooks on 5. Fancy's not going to be doing that. He is going to be playing doubles flex. He does have, obviously, a little bit of a scout on Lambo and probably knows that he's going to be in doubles flex off close. So I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't set his hooks to 5. The other thing here is here are your read and pass keys, conservative, and then we've got aggressive, conservative. It's almost like I've been saying that for months, but those are pretty standard in terms of that. He's also going to disable the defensive motion response, which not everybody does that. And then for Fancy, he actually has auto flip off, which is kind of interesting just because he is going to be playing doubles flex. So you really, kind of interesting, right? What he's probably going to do is he's going to probably put that nickel corner on the tight end side, but we'll kind of monitor that. And then, or no, he does turn it back on right there. But anyways, you're going to see here, he's going to set up single mug, double mug, and he does have wide if he wants to go to that. He also has dollar in here. But the other thing that I want to show you is the shell feature. At the bottom here, he sets his shell feature to the cover 2 shell. So he's going to always give that cover 2 look pre-snap. But he can do, obviously, multiple things behind the defense post-snap. So as you see, doubles flex off close. And he is going to be right Texas 2-man. So you saw that he set a stunt. It is going to be the right Texas 2-man stunt. And we'll take a look at what he's going to do. So essentially, you're going to have a stunt here like this. But because Vic is left-handed, he's not going to send the 4-man stunt because Vic is so mobile. And because Vic is left-handed, he's going to send this stunt right here and try to force Lambo to roll out here into probably a contain on this side of the defense. Okay, now we'll see if it actually shows. And it doesn't look like he's actually going to contain. He's just going to spread him out. But basically, spread D-line, spread linebacker look. And then his coverage shell, actually getting a good look at his defensive set here. Basically just a cover 2, almost stock. And Lambo going to hand the ball off. We'll kind of monitor this as we go. So there's right Texas 2-man again. And you see here, this is kind of the shell you're going to see. It's a third, half, cloud, hook, mid-read on the user, and then a hard flat from the backside guy. Okay? And we'll see if he flips this with him. He's not going to flip with him either, which is kind of interesting. Now he just flips the shell, though. So He doesn't flip the defense, but he does flip the shell. So he's third, half, soft squat. Now here, why a man up instead of a hook? Primarily because this tight end is going to be on either a deep corner or he's going to be on a deep streak on pretty much most of the plays. Okay. And then he is in that same stunt we talked about with the contain on the backside, or not the contain, but just the basic rush. And then he has his user and a hook. So as you see here, he instantly switch sticks from this hook curl to this man up right here. Why he does that, I don't know. Fancy is going to switch stick a lot. Like he's going to switch stick a lot. And here, Lambo does a good job of just taking the check down. And basically, this was just mesh, essentially, with a streak. 2 crossers, a flat, and a backside post. The other thing about this is Lambo is going to run a lot of PA snag. Play action blocking does a really good job against these stunts and things like that. Now here you see Fancy comes out in this, which I did want to actually talk about. You see he's in double mug, right? He's going to come out in this nickel dog meg. These zones from nickel dog meg are quarter flats. So these are quarter flats. And so because of that, they're going to give him a match principle. So if you watch here, let's take a look at what he does here. He's going to quarter. He'll probably quarter this guy. And then he's essentially got a match without a 3 rec. And then we're going to go with a quick hike run to Bush. You kind of move the ball upfield that way. Hope you're enjoying these breakdowns. If you guys want to get any of my full offensive or defensive schemes, they are in our school community, school.com/Cody Ballard. Teaches you every single thing that I know about the game. So if you're looking to get better at both Madden and college, that is where you sign up for that. Here you're going to see that he's going to mix in a cover 0. And Lambo is going to destroy the cover 0. Now here's a tactic that you're seeing a lot. And this is essentially a streak when you're one-on-one and you have a streak one-on-one. His pass lead increase is set to small. And so what happens is he can like freeform this to the outside. And you see how it's such a bend on the ball that this guy really can't get there. And so he just beats him, is essentially what happens. So Lambo gets a quick 7. The second, Fancy goes to cover 0. Lambo scores a touchdown. Okay. I think what we're seeing this year is cover 0, kind of similar to last year. A lot of people want to play cover 0 for the beginning of the year, but it's really not that good against top-level players, in my opinion. Maybe in situations, but right there, Fancy just got absolutely cooked with that one. Lambo looked good on his first drive. Go ahead and get into Fancy's offense. I'm actually super surprised that Fancy's not in. He is not in doubles flex close. He has it in his playbook. He's in Jaguars. I would think that Lambo is either in Jags or Jets playbook, but I'm not 100% sure what playbook he is in. But we'll take a look at what Fancy's going to do offensively, what Lambo's going to do defensively. Lambo's going to be probably in that double mug. I would assume. Let's see, Lambo's really setting his defense up. He's really setting them up. All right, so as you see here, Fancy comes out of wild trio close, and he comes out of wild trio close to the short side of the field. This is so that he can flip the play more than likely. So you'll see here, he'll like set up his play a little bit, but then he'll flip it. So as you see the flip there, what that does, and this is what you saw all game long, this nickel corner is over here. So now Lambo, to get this nickel corner to go over here, he has to flip his play more than likely. So you see there's the flip of the play. This guy goes over here. And now Lambo's defensive adjustments are messed up, basically. So he has to reset what he's doing. And this allows Fancy, whenever you flip, you get basically unlimited hot routes to a degree. And so you can make your setup super fast. And he's going to start out with mesh, basically just trying to beat cover 0 man or cover 2 man. And looks like Lambo basically ran cover 2 man, and Fancy beat it, because the easiest way to beat cover 2 man is to use the running back. Because if they're sending 4 out of cover 2 man, that means their user is on the running back. more than likely. So as you see again, this is going to be Fancy's pattern. Typically here, he comes out in short side trio and he flips into wide side trio. Okay. Fancy is what I would define as a very systematic offensive player, and he's got his setup, so he's going to run them, right? So here, Lambo going to give the same look of a cover zero or cover two man, but now he's going to be in cover zero. And so Fancy looking probably here, but this play is pretty good for that. That was switched off. That guy has him. And so Fancy, now he's going to do the same thing that Lambo did, as you see. He's going to try to basically bend this ball, but pressure gets there in time, and Lambo kind of gets to throw a sack pick on the first drive. It's a big stop from Lambo. Honestly, that's a huge stop. That's a huge for Lambo to try to put himself in a good position. Fancy's going to get ball at halftime, so ultimately he's not out of this game at all. But Lambo able to get that stop, really just on a good pressure, right? So see what Fancy's able to do. Good combo here from Lambo. This is out of spacing switch. Why do you call it out of spacing switch? You call it out of spacing switch because this table route is not like a flat like that. It's got a shorter cut, so it's like a short little cut like that. It's a lot faster, a lot better of a route. This right here is what Lambo's doing. Is he is setting up pass protection for double mug or for the Texas 4-man. So what he's doing is this is the primary pass protection, this double team on the left end, primary way to stop the Texas 4-man stunt. Also, as you see here, if they send it like this, you're still going to be okay. This guy's kind of walking back, so he is getting the pressure here, but he has ability to roll out because he double teamed that DN. Anyway, quick flat, boom, boom. Good user from Fancy here, but he peels here. So good read from Lambo, takes this drag, and he's going to be able to get upfield and get vertical with a little bit of a truck there from Brock Bowers. Also just released a brand new defensive ebook the other day in the school community. I forgot to mention that earlier. Trying something a little bit new with how I'm doing my defensive ebooks. I think it's going to be a lot better. Gives you a lot more versatility. So again, if you guys want to check out any of my stuff, it's in the school community. And that link is in the description. For just $10, you get better at every Madden and college football. So doubles flex close here, tight into the left, some fake hot routes. So he basically window dressing on second and short. It appears Lambo runs the ball a lot on second and short, just trying to get the chains moving. And actually, if you look at this here, doubles white off nasty. Yeah, I'm almost positive he's in either Jets or maybe Saints. Maybe Saints. It's a bunch tied in. I think he's in Jets. I'm pretty sure he's in Jets. I could be wrong, but anywho. He's got the bubble here, so I know he's not in Jags. That's how you know he's not in Jags. He's going to throw this bubble screen to that left side, and I'm just curious. I'm going to go back and see what actual formation he's in. Like I said, I'm almost positive that he is in Jets. Yeah, he's definitely in Jets. Cool. Now we know. So he's in Jets playbook on offense. So that means that you had Jaguars, Jets, Vikings, and then I don't know what Lions. John was in Lions. I'm trying to think if there's any other playbooks. So we know those four were there. Honestly, the fifth best playbook is Chargers. I think it's pretty good playbook. Anywho, double flex close for Lambo, ball on the 11-yard line. Red zone opportunity, so we'll be able to actually see some red zone here. This is a really unique play. It's got a super wheel. Wonder what that play is called. Look at this wheel route. Is that motion angle wheel? Did he glitch the running back? That is definitely motion. That's a speed out. Yeah, that's something. Good scramble from Lambo. A lot of people's red zone offense is scramble with Vic. A lot of people's offense is scramble with Vic. Let's see. Surprised he hasn't been running flood H post. Flood H post is a money play this year. So, I mean, really kind of very clear Here we go. Double cross. Got a good table route. Gonna throw and see this right here. This was a couple times this happened. So you're seeing this combination a ton. It's just basically double slants. Um, but what Lambo does here is, as you see, it's a great switch stick from Fancy. He's running down right on the ball. This is really the throw. But he throws this, and you see, I mean, this at this point, like that looks like an interception to me. But Fancy doesn't animate, and it's a touchdown for Lambo. And that happened, I think, 2 or 3 times in this game, where maybe that's a pick artist. I don't know if that's a pick artist. Does he animate? I don't know. And I believe that was Kyle Hamilton, the new card too. So he's probably the best safety in the game, and he just completely did not animate on a really, really good defensive play by Fancy. That's an issue, right? That's an issue because it's already really difficult to play defense because of how many good catch and traffics you get and things like that. But that was not ideal. Like I said, Fancy, he's gonna come out wild. Okay, good. Yeah. Short side wild trick close, flipping into wide side. He's gonna do that a lot. Now he will audible, as you see here. He's gonna actually audible over to trips. But this kind of like what he was doing last year, where he would flip bunch X and S, or he would audible on a trip side and flex. Anyway, here's a combo that he's using. He's using this China post with the cross flat route, comeback route, and then why I ran this. Honestly, not 100% sure. I actually don't love the combo. But the main reason I would assume is because there's no slot corner over on the side. So what he's anticipating is he's anticipating cover 3 with no seam defender. We'll see. As you see, Lambo runs out here. So he does a good job, but then he comes back inside. And this is a great read by Fancy, in my opinion, because Lambo's user is over here. He knows he has a ton of space in the middle, and he's able to throw that crosser, get upfield. He's actually able to rack out of there and get a quick touchdown. And that's what I call like a tendency breaker play. You've been coming out of wild trio, flipping into wide side wild trio all game. Then this situation, you come out of wild trio, you flip into trip, get a combo set up, and you get him out of position, and you get a free touchdown basically because of that. So, all right. All's well that ends well. And we'll see what Fancy's able to do on this drive. This like kickoff to the sideline thing, I don't know that I would agree with, because as you're seeing, it is not working. They get a lot of yards. They get a lot of yards when they do that. All right. So doubles flex. So Lambo's also pretty much flipping his play almost every single time. Fancy is going to flip the nickel corner some. Like you see right here, he flips it. This is going to be an inside zone. No, it's not. Here's PA snag. Here's the combo. And he's going to half slide. No, he's not going to half slide. So take a look at the setup. So he's in play action, but he goes to empty protection, and he double teams this D end. So as you see, Fancy gets a crazy shed. And basically, he's going to get an intentional. That's a great opportunity for Fancy to get a stop here. He got him in a 2nd and 20 situation. I do believe the top 5 playbooks in the game are very, very clearly like Jaguars, Lions, Jets. I don't know if I put Vikings in top 5, because if you're not running bunch tight end, Vikings is mid. But Vikings is good. I don't know if I put Vikings in. You kind of do, though, because it made alive. You know what I mean? But I think Chargers has got to be up there. I actually think Saints is up there. I think Saints is good because it has the trip side and flex, and it has the doubles. So it has both those. Here's a cool combo. This is actually a really cool combo from Lambo. It uses a tight end wheel, uses a running back streak, a crosser, a clear out, and then this high-low. This is kind of like cheap flat X post, basically, that Fancy ran in Madden last year. You see he does a good job of hitting that running back in kind of that soft spot of the defense for some easy yardage there up the seam. Chargers is good, man. Chargers is such a good playbook. Some people like Clef still in Falcons, or I think he's in Colts actually. All right, so here untargets this DN and he's going to run an inside zone. So this is kind of like a read option without actually, see here, kind of like a read option without a read option because you get really good blocking here. Double team, double team. It's a new feature they added into the game. It's one of the more, again, it's a little thing, but it makes a big difference on your run game. If you untarget that defensive end on the backside, it's kind of effectively like a read option. So, that is something that you're seeing Lambo do here. As far as like overarching theme with Lambo's plays, he comes out in short side, kind of like Fancy comes out in short side trio. He comes out with his tight end to the short side and he flips his tight end into the wide side pretty much every single time. As you see here, he flips him into the wide side. He sets up his protection. He's going to untarget and he's going to double team now. So it's a little bit more of a thing. And we'll take a look at the combo. Love this combo. That's actually one of my favorite ones that is new this year. This is PA Snag. He's got a clear out streak. He's got this short post that comes is going to get open kind of right in here, and then he has this drag, return, and table. It's going to do a really really good job of attacking like here, 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 and then like the whole underneath of the gets attacked. So we'll see how Fancy defends this. So as you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Send 4 from Fancy. And at this point, you are getting screamed at. You have to kind of throw it, but that is going to open up. Fancy switch sticks there primarily because his blitz is coming in clean. Lambo can't get the throw off. He's going to have to just throw it away. So that's a benefit of having a good blitz, because if the blitz doesn't come in, then if the blitz doesn't come in right there, Lambo is able to easily throw a touchdown. But the blitz does come in, and he forces a throw in. There, another pressure. Another good switch stick from Fancy. Fancy's switch stick is still, I think, the best in the world if you really watch what he's doing. So 4th and 5, Lambo going to need a money play. He's going to go to this one. This is kind of the same play. It's kind of a popular play for him. PA Snag. What's nice about this is this streak would clear out like a quarter, and then that gets in a soft spot. So kind of see how this goes. Fancy, see if he plays coverage or sends pressure here. Gonna send 4. He's got the flat there. He's got that guarded. He's got the flat here. Gonna roll down on the tight end. That's gonna play the slant, so the slant's back. So all he has to do is use her in the post. Again, plays pretty much perfect defense. And he doesn't get the pick, but he does get the stop. That's why you don't use short defenders. Tyrann Mathieu can't jump. Got to use tall defenders. Another year where tall defenders are king, at least so far. And here he's going to audible to bunch tight end. Okay, you don't see this a lot. He's going to audible to bunch tight end, sheet H out, which is the auto motion. We'll see if he audibles to it for sure. He does. This has a unique zig here to the right. See what he ends up doing here. Kind of, again, another tendency breaker play. And he's going to go to that auto motion. And you saw there at the bottom that Lambo is going to burn a timeout. Got misaligned. Didn't like his defense. Good. First half, you can call those timeouts pretty freely. Second half, you can't really afford to call those timeouts, especially in a close matchup. But here, as you see, Wild Trio close from Fancy. It's one of his favorite plays. He could put the running back on the table as well. But he is he going to do that? He probably not. He's thinking pressure. So Lambo sends a lot of heat. But he has slot fade, drag, slot crosser, return route. In real simple combo, but high, low, backside. Very simple, easy reads to make. That slot fades topping here. It's basically press man across the board. Fancy realizes pretty quickly his best opportunities at tight end drag. Going to get a nice possession catch or aggressive catch. in traffic, but able to move for a couple of yards there. And then an audible to tight doubles. Fancy's audibling around a lot. And I think it's probably, here's that short corner to the right side, slot fade. Going to scramble out of there with Vic. I think the reason why Fancy's audibling so much is because Lambo is running more of a man-to-man, like mid blitz style of double mug, where he's not actually bringing the linebackers out of the gaps. The linebackers are staying in the gaps, and there you see he gets them misaligned again and gets another free touchdown. So Lambo is or Fancy is basically just trying to mess up Lambo's alignment consistently with how he's calling his plays. Basically, is what I'm seeing here. It's going to be 14-14. So far, Fancy gets a stop. Lambo got a D-line or throw a sec stop pick. So one stop for each, and Fancy is going to get the ball back at halftime. So these last 4 minutes are really critical. Does Lambo try to clock this out, make sure Fancy didn't get the ball back, or does he just play regular offense? Kind of a decision. In my opinion, if you're Lambo, you kind of need 7 here. If you get 3, and 3 is just not going to help you a lot. So that's a big piece of this. But I'll tell you, man, he's running a lot of PA snag. Goes back to that combo again. This time he's going to do a little different. Use that corner route, flat route. Takes that running back flat. I was kind of surprised he threw that. Kind of surprised he threw that one. Now, here's another little thing that he'll do. So he comes out and tight into the wide side, and he audibles to bunch X nasty. So take a look at this audible right here. Jets has a good bunch X nasty, and well, he's not going to, but he was going to. So I guess he's not now. But he can run his doubles wide, or he can audible. But here he goes 2 fades on the left, and then he's got drag, crosser, streak. Looks at that, and throws that, and completes that. So, good read from Lambo. That's that pass lead increase on small. We actually talk about that play in our ebook on the Jags and the Jets offense. It's in both playbooks. It's a really key route to have. And just takes that underneath check down. Man, I love this doubles offense. I really like the spacing a lot better than bunch. A lot of people are in trio and bunch this year, but I really do think that this doubles has a place, has a very clear place. Now, I don't know if it's the best offense. It's not. I feel like last year it was a little better, primarily because speed outs were better. With speed outs not being as good, I think it really hurt this offense. But it still does a really good job at attacking switch stick, and then you also have good audibles. You can get to bunch tight end, you can get to bunch X nasty, you can get to more stuff out of doubles than you can out of bunch, because you can kind of disguise it with how you're aligning your doubles. Anyway, kind of a crazy combo, like 15 streaks in a crosser, and then a little running back in route. Running back's frozen, but he's actually going to complete him. That was such a Lambo combo. I'm going to put 5 streaks on the field and throw the running back. 2:22. So can't really clock this out. Red zone opportunity for Lambo. Should take this down to the 2 here, I would think. Yeah, he is going to take this down to the 2. Now, Lambo's primary goal here is probably to take Fancy's timeouts. Makes it less likely for Fancy to be in a good position to get 7. But Lambo really does need 7 here, because Fancy will get an opportunity to get 3. It's a kind of a unique combo here. A little out route on this right-hand side. And then doesn't stem the corner down on the left. Now he does. Stem down corner on the left side. Good defense from Fancy. Out route to pull the flat defender. The tight end drag ran really poorly, but he pulled the yellow this direction. which leaves this little pocket right here for the Texas route, and he gets swatted. D-line swats are such a good feature. I mean, it's such a realistic feature. I'm so thankful for it. D-line swats are awesome. It's just great for the game. So, I mean, you see, he keeps going back to this play. This is kind of his number one play in big downs, big situations. So you can call something like this. I hate that read. He makes it. He completes it. I hate the read. We're going to throw into triple coverage. If he waits on that drag, by the way, I bet you he scores a touchdown. If he waits for it to actually cross the field. Now, here's this red zone formation. This is like it's not as good as trips tied in, but it is kind of like a makeshift trips. It's a slot out of jets. Now they have some other stuff that's cool, but they don't have the bubble, which is a big issue. They don't have the bubble that trips has, but audible down into sneak. He's going to get it. Lambo's on conservative as well. It's kind of interesting. They do have a bubble, but they don't. The problem with that bubble is you don't have the two blockers. You only have one blocker. So it's not as good in my opinion. Quarterback power for Lambo. No, he's going to go to base, get blown up by Fancy. He can take this. He can take a lot of clock, though. That QB sneak on that first down, getting that first down does allow him to kind of clock this down, depending on, how aggressive does he want to be? Does he really want to try to score 7 here? Does he want to just take his 3 and go to half up possession? It's kind of a decision here. He's probably going to try to score 7, but he's also not going to. He's also not going to just give Fancy the ball back. Like, he's going to try to score 7, but the way he's going to do it is fairly conservative. You see here, and he's even going to take a delay because he made a mistake. He's going to take that delay. So ball on the 14. Let's see what it goes to here. PA bit over, so he's going to pass here. I think. No, go to the bubble. Yeah, go to the bubble. Be conservative. So he's calling a really conservative approach here. You see he's going through chew clock on. Basically, he's probably going to pass the ball, but if nothing's there, he should take a sack so that the clock can continue to run. He's going to take this all the way down and he'll probably take a timeout here. And then basically he'll have one shot at the end zone. He might go for it on 4th down as well. Because Fancy gets the ball back. If Fancy didn't get the ball back, he'd probably definitely take the 3. But it does look like he's setting up some money plays here. Goal line money plays. Y option pivot. I don't know why people like this play. Because you can stem the zig. That's why. So you see he stems the zig up. So it's a super deep zig like that. That's kind of unique. And then you got a in route. And it's just not going to be there. So you see there's the take sack. So he takes the sack. So what he could do is he can now take this basically all the way down. And he can make a decision if he's going to take a field goal or try to go for it. Some people will go for it in this situation because Fancy gets the ball at halftime. But in this situation, too, Lambo's also fairly backed up. 4th and goal from the 15 is a lot harder than 4th and goal from the 5, for example. So he goes with the ops for the field goal. And what that effectively did is just ensured that Fancy was not going to get an opportunity to go down and get a field goal as well. He played it very conservatively there. down the stretch of that. And probably, honestly, just out of respect for Fancy's offense. Didn't want to play Fancy's offense again. And to be fair, I mean, Fancy's had a couple big plays offensively, so Fancy going to opt for end of half combo here. One big issue is he can't really get. See if he can get out of bounds here. I'm not going to be able to. That's going to do it for the first half. All right, so moving into the second half here, we'll see what Fancy's able to do on his first drive. This is really where Fancy has a great opportunity to get back in the lead of the game, in control of the game. Didn't play that first drive. Getting stopped on your first drive like that, especially out of a D-line pick, was super unfortunate for him. All right, so back for the first drive of the second half here. He's going to audible over that bunch tight end. Actually mixes this in. It's like the second time he's gone to this. It's primarily for man coverage, right? He knows Lambo's basically in a man coverage look. Uses that C route on the right side. He had the drag wide open underneath. But so Lambo did a good job of switching that, but didn't get there in time. Short side trio to wide side trio. And let's see here. Kind of goes to the mesh, and that's a great changeup by Lambo. Going to zone coverage. Fancy did a really good job there of hitting that pocket where the swing route pulls the flat, and then the crosser kind of sits between the flat and the yellow's soft spot of the zone. And here, let's see what he's going with here. So we have an in route, an in route. Haven't seen this combo yet. So this is like a streak, I believe a slot fade, a tight end corner, and then like a backside in and drag. Kind of unique. The press man just kind of bags this because this slot fade runs into this. You can't really throw this. But the backside in route, and he's gonna throw the slot fade up. Do a little swerve. Not able to get it done though. Not able to get it done with the swerve. So ball on the 50-yard line. And he's gonna go to the doubles flex close. Surprised. He's gonna go to that same combo. Look at that route the running back's on. Slant out and gets screamed out. I want to take a look at this blitz here. So this blitz is something, really take a look at what he does here. So he's going to blitz 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? He actually engages his user with this guy, and then he's going to hit the X or A button, probably X button because they play on PlayStation, to disengage from the center and then use for something over the middle. Huge sack for Lambo. He's going to bring up a third and 21. This is Lambo's opportunity to get a big stop that could put him in the driver's seat. Because if he gets a stop here, now Lambo goes to dollar. Why Lambo? So pretty much everybody's in Jags, or a lot of people are in Jags playbook in this tournament. But basically, defensively, offensively too, but defensively too. So anyway, what's Lambo gonna do here? Probably just gonna send 3 actually. Yeah, he just sends 1, 2, 3, and then he's got, basically super deep coverage. He's gonna try to make Fancy check it down to get him on a 4th. So you see he is going to do that. He's going to check down right there. But he gets upfield and gets – that's why you always just take what the defense gives you, man. Like, he got 17 yards on a little return right over the middle of the field there. Now you're going to know – now, why did Fancy no huddle him? He no huddled him because he wants him to stay in dollar because there's not a great blitz threat at a dollar. And Fancy catches that in traffic. Good catch by Fancy. Kind of tough scene right there for Lambo because he was quasi there, but the catch and traffics in this game were just too tough, man. Audible over. Now, Fancy's in a short side bunch nasty. Kind of interesting. And that almost did not work. I guess it didn't work. That almost was way worse. It almost was a switch stick pick. Lambo's switch sticking out of cover zero. Like you just don't see that. He's gonna do it again. Short side bunch X nasty. Has the fast table. Everything's bagged. Really, this man is just cagey. Yeah, and scramble out of there with a big. When they play man coverage, they're gonna have a hard time keeping the quarterback in the pocket. Exactly what happened there. Let's hope Fancy does not call bunch X nasty the rest of the game because both of those plays didn't look great. And it seems like Lambo always changes up to zone when Fancy runs his all-out man-beating play from Live Trio. Every time I see Fancy set a mesh crosser, Lambo somehow is in zone. First to go for the 9. I think this might be the first time we've seen a red zone possession for Fancy all game. Going to go to a running back pitch, and hopefully he never calls that play again because that did not work. I myself have found myself trying to get that play to work, but I just have not found a lot of success at that run. Well, it does have a one trap in there, but I mean, also Lambo's in. He's in double mug. Motion angle wheel. Here, a little quick audible to put the running back on a drag. Gets screamed at again. Almost another D-line pick. Fancy might need to stop doing that. Fancy's kind of like, I hate to say this, but like, kind of looks relatively bad on offense compared to what we saw from him last year, where he was just so good on offense. This is just not clean. He's not played very clean offensively. And he loves this wild trio close. A little motion out the back, drag route, D-line swat. And that sucks because that is on 4th down. Has to take 3 there. That drive also didn't look. That was probably Fancy's worst drive of the game, I would say. Maybe worst drive in the last year. That was a rough drive by his standard. Man, wild trip close. I just don't know. It's clearly like the most used number 1 offense among comp players. But my goodness, sometimes it just looks absolutely terrible compared to other things. But on that drive, he went to bunch X nasty, doubles flex, and bunch tight end. And honestly, Wild Trio looked better than those 3. So I don't know. It was really just a good defensive drive from Lambo. The man covered, and the blitzed. And yeah, 2nd and 11. Let's see what Fancy's able to do on the defensive side of the ball here. Definitely a big possession for Fancy defensively. Right, kind of running out of time. He's going to need one more stop to win this game. That was a really nice switch. And here's Lambo. 1, 2, 3 streaks, a deep crosser. You know what coverage Fancy runs like every single play? Cover 4 hard flat. So I'm not sure how that would ever beat it. Obviously, Fancy wasn't in cover 4. Hasn't been in cover 4 hard flat every play this game, but last year was by far the most used coverage by him. Kind of the one that made it famous. Cover 4 switch stick hard flat, and then we've got 4 streaks, and cover 4 is probably going to do okay against that. All right, so motion out for Lambo. Running back table route because you can't speed out anymore. So first read, and decides he would rather not throw the wide open player, but he'd rather look over here. And does a good job of hitting that drag in the backside of the soft spot. Very nice read. Could have thrown that running back for probably about the same amount of yardage. But decided to throw the drag. Really interesting. I mean, Lambo's man coverage is definitely sticky. Flood H post, shallow cross setup. Good defense there. Good defense by Fancy. So right here, this is just Fancy understanding like the game, right? So if you look here, he sees this, so he kind of just lets this guy play it, right? Kind of dives here. He knows this is open, but Lambo's not going to throw that because it's not going to get him a ton of yards. So he kind of dives on this, but he knows, Fancy knows, he's going to switch over here and go take that. So you see here, actually switched here, and then he's able to get in position. As you see, roll back on that. And this is the throw, but Lambo decided he'd rather throw the ball out of bounds. And obviously he was pressured and had to make a decision and didn't want to make a bad decision, so no decision really. Just throw the ball away. And it's on first down, so it's not a big of a deal. Audible into spacing switch. This setup right here, man, very popular. So it's a streak, a tight end post, a drag, and then the running back table. Or what Lambo does here is he does corner, flat, post, drag, streak. Okay, so you see on the left side. Fancy kind of changes it up out of nowhere and sends 6 out of man coverage. And Fancy's man coverage has not looked as good as Lambo's in this game. Right there, Lambo did a good job just hitting that corner route, got him out of possession a little bit. Almost, if you got a little better rack on that, you'd probably get a touchdown out of that, honestly. But ball on the 40. Bunch X nasty audible for Lambo. Motion. Ooh, this is the RPO. Okay, I don't know why we don't see more pros run this play, because this play is amazing. But it's got a speed out, he's got a streak, he's got a backside slant. So he can automatically hand the ball off, or he's really probably looking for that out route right there or the streak. So as you see here, he looks Fancy doing that. That also tells you, by the way, that Fancy's probably pass committing every play. Pass committing is one of the biggest kept secrets, I think, of the top level players. They are pass committing at a very high level. So you might see Lambo just run the ball here. We'll see. He decides to go to tight open. This is a great audible in Jets playbook. Has a lot of really good stuff. As you see here, he's going to do a flat. He's got a short corner, running back drag, but Texas four-mans. And Lambo does a good job in the face of pressure, hitting that running back. Really nice read by Lambo to get that out of there. And Lambo going to take this down to the 4th. Now we kind of get into clock management here. 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. There's not a lot of possessions left. So, this game has kind of flown, honestly, just in terms of how the clock management aspect, it's really been relatively straightforward. But what's smart about Lambo here, see RPO bubble, because again, the pass commit, right? Bubble's wide open. The bubble was so, look at this. Real quick, if you don't know this about bubble screens, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put you on some stuff. So you see how this is the user right here? So if he moves inside, bubble screens, especially from bunch and trips, one, they always block outside to inside. So they always block the first 2 outside. So if you wanted this player to be on a hard flat and play the bubble, you would need to take this safety and actually manually move him out there. And then this guy would go block the safety. He'd go block this guy, and they would leave this guy. They block outside to inside 1 and 2. So he's going to block number 1 outside. He's going to block number 2 outside, whoever that guy is. Even if Lambo put his user over here, this guy would be free to play the bubble. But because Lambo, as you see, runs inside here, Fancy runs inside here, this is a wide open. You see he's blocking him. This is wide open. Lambo just misses it, or he just would rather run the ball, maybe take some more clock. I don't know. Works out for him because he gets a first down run out of it. But those are just little things with the bubble. I actually love the fact that the Jets has the bubble. I did not I kind of forgot about that because I think Jets just became my favorite playbook in the game today. It was already one of my favorite playbooks, but I think the fact that it has the bubble out of that formation, and there you see there's that drag or that wheel. How is he getting this wheel in the running back? I think I know how he's doing it. What he does, this is a cool deal. So he's in motion angle. He insta hot routes this running back to a tight end wheel, I think. And what that does is it makes this a super wide wheel so that he can then put this little zig right here. Because the motion angle has the running back on like an auto motion angle, but he motions out to the tight end position, which is why he can do that. He's hot route glitching. Hope they patch that. I'm so annoyed that they patched the route, all the routes you could do with like flipping and stuff. Because it just added like such a layer of creativity to the game. You just got so many routes. You just got such a better route tree. Like one of the routes that we really need back in the game, in my opinion, it would make so many more offenses viable, is the short post and the short corner. Those two routes are so valuable to have, but we don't have them unless you're a tight end. But with the route swap or the flip glitches, you could get them. So anyway, 3rd and 3 for Lambo here. Notice that he's taking this time. Again, part of the strategy here is that he is going to basically put Fancy in a situation here with 4 minutes where Fancy has to decide, he opts for scoring a little bit soon. But I think the biggest purpose for that is that he now puts Fancy in a situation where Fancy has to score 7. And Fancy also could give Lambo the ball back with the ability to go down and score 3 before the end of the game to win it. This is kind of a serious exercise in clock management for Fancy. As you see, he's putting shoot clock on. He is going to make this the last drive. Fancy's goal is probably to score with 0 seconds left and to either go for 2 or go to overtime. He really can't afford to give Lambo the ball back with any meaningful amount of time. So like 30 seconds, he probably can't do that, right? Kind of needs to score with like 10 seconds or less on the clock. So you're seeing he's intentionally getting this clock down a little bit. But he is going to pass on this 2nd down. Goes to that smash return setup, table route. Takes the drag there and gets good route. Gets a good play from Brock Bowers to get upfield. Probably going to run the ball right here. Trying to just get that 1st down, keep the clock moving. He should take this clock down. We'll see if he does. 3rd and 1, 12 seconds. And he's in short side trio. He's going to run a play. Little quick speed out. Love that. Really nice route from Fancy here. This is a cool little play. Little drag, little quick speed out, and a little running back post that he can throw in kind of a soft spot. So you see, this running back post wide open here. This out wide open here. User stuck in the mud on the tight end drag. Really nice kind of short yardage dot. And notice what Fancy does. His momentum, as you see here, right here, normally you run out of bounds or you run upfield. What Fancy does is he intentionally turns around and falls down inbounds. Why does he do that? So that he can take more clock off. Because again, he is trying to make sure that Lambo's not going to get the ball back with any meaningful amount of time. So this is going to be a run 99% of the time. And this is going to snap it all the way down to get this to the 2-minute warning. He's actually able to put himself in a great position because he gets to a 2nd and 1. So he's going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. And then on 2nd and 1, this to me is a rundown. He's going to normally run this ball. We'll see what he does here, but this should be a run. And you see, the 0 and trap is getting really good blocking for him. And he's able to get a 1st down and 10, but now he's able to take another 30 seconds. So you see how, he's systematically clocking this out so that Lambo can't get the ball back. Little short yardage combo, speed out, whip, and kind of good defense from Lambo getting both of those covered up. And then his user able to turn his attention to the crosser. Should be a scramble here from Vic. It is a scramble. And he gets a first down. Does a good job staying in bounds. It's going to take time now. Really, at this point, you can kind of start to play. Maybe one more run. The one little factor here is Lambo has a lot of timeouts. So we'll see what he ends up deciding to do here. But I think he's just going to now start to play regular offense, try to go score a touchdown. I think he's done his job of clocking this, and now he needs to go score, in my opinion. Now, obviously, not like, probably not going to score one play here, but he's going to play relatively basic offense or a standard offense. So you see now he gets down. Now right here, does he call timeout with 34? That's a question. He's not going to. No, he is now. Okay, I was going to say. A little bit of a decision there. He chooses to call timeout right in that position. Again, I was thinking, under 30 seconds, you're quasi okay if you score. So I think that's what he's thinking as well. Don't want to give the ball back to Lambo with more than 30 seconds. Really more than 20 seconds, in my opinion. But anyway, you see. And he is going to go ahead and take his touchdown, but he's going to miss it. So right here is a great read from Fancy going to doubles flex. I mean, that's so open, but I don't know if he got trying to protect the ball a little bit, high pointed it, or passed on it too much, or whatever, right? But didn't work out. And so now that's going to bring up a second down situation. 29 seconds, you'll see Lambo start to call timeouts here. This is a newer combo out of trio. It's a crosser, it's a drag, it's a return route, but it's also a Texas route. So it's like a super attack right in that little box. So you see slot fade to drag, to cross, to Texas, backside return, nothing doing. Great, and I mean great pocket and great scramble, and almost got through there. And now Fancy's in a little bit of a dicey spot because he only has one timeout left. He's done kind of the job of clocking this out, but now he only has one timeout left. He's on the 12. So these are going to be all red zone shots. He's also on a third down. So, this is, it takes a return route, chucks upfield. That could not have been more perfect for him because now he's not going to call timeout here, which is wild. Is he going to spike this? He is going to spike this. It's not wild, actually. I do see why you spike that because now it gives you all of your playbook from the goal line here. You can run the ball. You can pass the ball. You have a timeout. So it looks like he is going to go to the trips, tight end, red zone scheme, which is really the main, I think, reason, honestly, that a lot of these guys are choosing to stay in Jaguars is for how good this trips tight end is down here in the red zone. This is also, I think, what makes Chargers really good because Chargers has all this as well. But anyway, there he goes with Vic. Not going to be able to get in. So now he's got the ball on the 7. He's third and goal. He can't really afford to get tackled and bounce here. So this is probably going to be a pass. And he is going to go to... Going to go to Trey wide flex with the return route on this. This is a stock return route in the play. Kind of a unique angle route. It's going to leave the streak. That needs to be an out route. This needs to be an out route 100 out of 100 times. It's going to make a comeback route. What about a curl? Why a comeback route? Maybe because of the outside feather? I don't know. Why? Anyway, Texas route. Watch this exaggerated angle route. This is amazing. Such an exaggerated angle route, he's able to pass lead it up, and the yellows are just going to basically ignore it. It's going to be a touchdown. It's a great play by Fancy. Now, my opinion, it's kind of a decision here. Do you go for it? Do you not? Now, he's going to come out in a play Actually, no, he's not even going to do that. Okay. Sometimes they come out in a play to actually see what you're going to do, but he just decides to kick his field goal. Clocked it out basically perfectly. And, giving the ball with 3 seconds, you're going to be able just to back everybody up. Kind of a Hail Mary situation for Lambo. He's probably just going to throw it up, and basically it's going to be crazy if he catches it. What's interesting here is you see the post route stem up and the 2 comebacks on the outside. So he's going to do double post and just check it down to the back. And that's going to be it. We're going to get into overtime action. So overtime action, Lambo wins the toss. So he's going to play defense. It's pretty standard in these new overtime rules. You want to play defense so you know what you need. You get the opportunity to get a field goal, stop, or if you give up a touchdown, then you can have the opportunity then on defense to then get the ball back, go down, score, and go for 2 to win. So you know what you need, basically, is really the main reason why you see people do this, which is what the Chiefs did a couple years ago in the Super Bowl. So Fancy hits that running back cross route. That route is so good. Little running back slide route. Really good route for beating man coverage consistently in this game. It just does a great job at doing that. 2nd down and 6 for Fancy. Now, Fancy, if you're Fancy, you're just playing, basic offense, just trying to go down and score 7. You're just trying to be efficient offensively. This is just a standard drive, really. But you do, obviously, the stakes are high. And really, you need to kind of be pushing for 7 here. If you don't score 7 here, it's really easy for Lambo to score 3. Now, it is it's going to be a decision ultimately, but ideally you score 7. If you don't score 7 here, you kind of put yourself on defense in a significant way. So. Anyway, he's going to go to this play out of tight slots, this motion play. Why go to this? Well, because, again, Lambo's in cover 0 man. So as you see, nobody runs out with that tight end when he auto motions out, as you see right there. So now his user has to go guard that, and then he's able to throw the streak up to Travis Hunter. Unfortunately, he got a really, really bad pass lead. That's the second time in this game that you've seen, at least, second time in the last couple drives, that you've seen a really bad pass lead. It could be a Fancy thing. It could be a pass lead setting thing. There's a lot of factors. But anyway, able to hit this drag. I got a terrible animation right there. If he racks that, if he gets a better animation, that could have easily been a touchdown. Lambo is kind of living and dying by the press man. If you really look at it, he was pretty much living and dying by this press man, user. And yeah, just kind of interesting. And then he'll, out of nowhere, switch it up in the zone. Try to give the same look, but it doesn't give the same look because in man they follow, in zone they don't. Typically. Let's see what he does here. There's the follow. Slot fade on the right. And Fancy has to throw that away. Got screamed at. Fancy's pretty much also the other little factor is Fancy is sending 5 out pretty much every play, I would think. Yeah, I mean, he's sending 5 out a lot. Gonna flip the running back. And the man covered there. That's gonna bring up a 4th and 4. So a little bit of a decision here for Fancy. Do you go for this? I think you kind of go for this, right? 4th and 4 is not crazy difficult to convert. We'll see what he ends up deciding to do here. He is in a play. I can't think he's going to kick 3 here. Just because when you're in a play, normally you're going to, yeah, he's going to go. Okay. And tight end corner. This is such a good play. If you're struggling against man coverage, motion corner under from Bunch X Nasty, this tight end corner cooks man coverage consistently. It's such a good route for beating man coverage. As you see right there, it just cooks it and puts him in a red zone situation. Now, Fancy needs points in the red zone here. You've got to score. In my opinion, you really need 7. I don't think 3 wins you this game. With how Lambo's been playing offensively, I just don't see 3. Okay, so this is kind of a cool play, by the way. He has a stock table, and then he's going to do a little return. That's kind of a cool route. Take a look at how that kind of runs. That's good man coverage there. Kind of stepped up almost too much. Now he's stuck. You can't get out of there. He's going to take a sack. Literally almost stepped up too much, in my opinion, and put him in a position where got shuttered. Take a look here. See. Going to a C route. That return route, he got D-line swatted again. That's the second time in a big down that's happened. Shout out to D-line swats. Just love how realistic they are and add such a good ounce of realism to a very unrealistic game. Just a great thing, great feature. Big issue, though, is that puts him in 3rd and 11. Lambo's able to kind of back everybody up, play cover 2, Tampa 2. And Fancy going to have to take this return route or scramble, basically. He's going to opt to scramble. So he gets down into a 4th and 3. Now, this is the decision. Do you go for this or do you kick a field goal? It's a tough decision. It's a tough spot. You're from the 4-yard line, but it's really hard to score. You can't really run there. You kind of have to take 3. You don't have to, but it's a big decision. The problem is if you get stopped right there, you've almost guaranteed Lambo a win because Lambo just needs 3 to win the game. Whereas this, by taking the field goal, you give yourself an opportunity to stop Lambo. You also, if Lambo goes down and kicks a field goal, then all you need is a field goal to win. So this is kind of almost exactly what happened to the Chiefs. But basically here, Lambo is, in his head, he probably is just playing for 7. I don't think he'll settle for a field goal. I think he plays for 7 here. So that's a little deal. And Reggie Bush gets upfield for a couple yards. A lot of inside zone. A lot of inside zone from Lambo this game. A lot of it. Take a look here. Flip the tight end. He's going to stay in doubles a lot, I bet, this drive. And he's going to go to this setup. He likes to stem down in route better than the tight end drag, it appears. I don't know if I agree with him because that tight end, that was a really bad route by the tight end, but it was open. But it was a really bad route. I got to tell you, man, I think doubles is still really good. I think doubles is still really good, especially with this audible right here. Here we go. Look at that combo right there. P-boot over. All right, now that's a little better. All right, nice. Now we have multiple options. All right. I like that one a lot better. Flat, streak, drag. Good read. Great read under pressure, by the way, because he's getting screamed at. And Fancy almost switched to fix him, though. If you watch this in real time, it looks a lot worse. So watch. Fancy, this is what Fancy does, right? He switched it, lurks it. Right there. Almost gets it. Almost gets the pick right there. Instead, Lambo catches it, breaks a tackle, and goes for 30 yards down the field. And that's a huge play in the game. And it literally is had Fancy switched it just a little sooner, right? Just made the play a little bit sooner. That's probably a stop. And this is the little streak to the back. I'm trying to remember who Lambo. I think it was Gucci. No, was it Gucci? No, I think the winner of this game goes on to play Henry. Actually, all right. I'm gonna take a look here. Streak corner, another stem down in route as opposed to a drag. I hate that route. The more I look at it, Maybe because it runs just a little slower than a drag. Maybe that's why. But I like actually despise the stem down in routes in this game compared to last year. Last year I loved stem down in routes, but this year the problem with stem down in routes is they don't actually run the 1 yard. So like they get too much depth, and then the problem with that is it really messes up that spacing between like the post or something. So he's going to do it again. He loves these stem down in routes, and I'm just not seeing that, but he is. See, look at that. Now that one actually ran pretty good. But anyway, he's going to take it to flat to the right. And what's so funny is that the overtime clock literally is irrelevant. I don't even know why they have a clock. Because if he runs out of time, nothing happens. Those return routes. So as you see here, he runs out of time. And they just reset. So I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they keep time in overtime. All right. So first and goal from the 5. Probably going to be a run. You'll probably see if he can just run it in. Wing slot. I don't know what this is. Is this a running back cross screen? No, it's just a running back. Okay, so it's just a run. That run is terrible. Never run that run ever again. Never, ever again. Look at this. What's crazy about this is I have so much respect for like comp players, by the way. I know, like they lab so much. They play so many rep games. What in the world makes you think that run's good? And honestly, if this guy makes this block here, maybe it is. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But man, that was a very costly run. I think he lost 7 yards. And in the red zone, every yard is almost worth like 3 yards. Like he lost a lot of yards. And anyway. All right, second to go from the 11, standard trips combo. This is the most popular trips red zone combo in the game. And it is going to work. It actually worked. Let me show you. So the read is actually going to go to right here. But Lambo doesn't risk this throw. The other thing that he has here, by the way, the most popular route to me is this in route right here. It's really hard to guard this. So watch how this plays. Right there. So you see how the yellow is going inside? So he plays pretty good there. Fancy switch sticks to the running back, which is good. And then slant, they switch it back. It's good defense from Fancy. You know, honestly, it's just good defense. There's a little window to maybe throw this tight end, but he's so far back, you know, it's just not really a good idea. So Fancy gets him on a 3rd down. So now 3rd down, Lambo kind of needs to get a little closer. He goes to that tight end wheel zig play. He's going to flip this. No, he's going to go to trips again. And he's going to go back to that same exact combo. Trips PA crosser. Going to do a little different. 2 streaks, a drag, and a wheel. He's going to look for the drag. Ugh. It actually worked. It's crazy. So you notice the cloud on the right. He was hoping the running back would kind of pull that cloud back and then hit that drag underneath it. He did. The drag only ended up getting drag got him more yards than it probably should have got him, but not enough. But also not, you know. So anyway, take a look at this combo for the game. He catches that, by the way. It's crazy. So he kind of goes quick here, and he goes to this. If we actually back it up, we can actually see it. It's that double cross play. It has this like kind of unique crosser. And then if you look at the back here, this is going to be like an in route. So he's got kind of the same thing as the trips. He's got a flat, slant, drag, flat, and then like a little crosser here. Fancy switch sticks this pretty well. This guy's right here on the ball, just like he was on the other play. And I mean, he's right there. He's animating, but catching traffic is wild in this game. And Lambo is able to stand up on him and get the W. honestly, and kind of a crazy, crazy ending. And he's able to upset Fancy. By all accounts, Fancy coming in this game was the heavy favorite to not only win this game, but win the entire tournament. And Lambo, as you see the emotion, he's able to complete a pass into traffic, got a good catch, good play, and that's going to be GG's, boys. I want to thank you for watching the breakdown. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was probably one of the best games of the event. In my opinion, a lot to learn from both of these players. And it's why I do breakdowns like this, because you can learn so much from watching the best players in the world play the game and slowing it down and studying it and actually understanding not only what they're doing, but why they're doing it. So thanks for checking this one out.